All right, what is up? So this is a test. This is a soil sample area in front of a property that has, I don't know, it's got a great spot. It's a lot of sunlight. There's a Sapodilla tree there, amongst other things, in a little patch. This is that sample because things are struggling there, and specifically the Sapodilla tree is what I'm looking at because the leaves are not green. And we are obviously in Florida, lots and lots of sand. I will not call this fungi. Well, wait a minute. No. Probably some type of plant debris or something. So very sandy. There's not even 1% organic matter in this sample. This is only a 1-to-5 dilution. I just turned it on, but right away I ran into these two microbes. I really can't tell what they are. This one up here may be a flagellate because I think I see something right around this area. Here, this is encysted, a test or a cyst. So these big chunks that you see are sand. We've got tons of it. And I understand why things aren't doing well right away looking at this. I'm going to dig around here, and I'm going to look for other indicators that potentially may be stunting that growth, like fusarium, just because it's just not uncommon when I've seen patches that the plants are struggling like this. Look at this here. I wish that was Mahaify, but that's not. Let me get closer to that. That's not fungal growth. This must be maybe plant matter, something that was being decomposed. It does have mulch. See if that grows. Heck, that might even be plastic. Who knows? I'm at 100 time magnification. Again, obviously the sand, not much life at all in here. Although that is really nice. Let's see, I think that might be an Arcella. Wow, that is a beautiful looking Arcella though. And even the presence of bacteria is minimal. There's not much going on. I know exactly what I would do to this patch of property right away. I would hit it with an extract. I would hit it with a real good biocomplete extract. And then I would even chase it with or maybe I'd do it the other way around. I would hit it with a lot. I would hit it with everything I have bottled up. So you've got these guys encysted. I don't know if they are encysted because conditions aren't ideal. Maybe there's not enough for them to eat. So getting the beneficials in here. I mean, I'm gonna go back to 400. Bacteria again it's there because it's everywhere, but it's minimal. That can be potentially a actinomycete. So they're decomposers. So there's presence, which is good because I've seen a lot worse. But there's not enough cycling going on here to feed these trees, and there's multiple trees there. So at this point, the palm trees that are there may be out competing for nutrients. There's no fungal activity. Again, there's another microbe right there. I'm not sure. I don't see any movement, so it's really difficult for me to call it. I don't even know if that's I may be seeing a double-celled wall that might be encysted. So this is, to me, is an easy fix. Um, this would be a couple treatments in this area of some biology, and it's always fun to treat an area like this. And then look how dark that is. Is that carbon? Let's see. So it's got, look at that. It's got nutrients, right? It means it's got it's got some food on it. It just needs the microbes to go break it down. Little something zipping around, teasing the eyeball in the background. But yeah, this is, here we go. I mean, it's got the potential, right? This is a, well, that's really cool. That looks like it was taking in a spore. Wow, look at that. That looks like a testate amoeba that was consuming a spore or something, because it is in the opening of that. That brown thing is the spore, being the spore. And this would be your testate. Here's another testate. Really cool. Maybe that's accidental. Maybe that spore is underneath it. Let me see if I can move it. What happened? Yeah, that might be. No, it actually twisted it. So I'm getting a different angle there. Oh, it might be on top, actually. It might be on top of it now. So anyway. All right, this is what I was looking for. My camera went offline, but this is what I was looking for right here. This is what I'm talking about. It's fusarium. Okay, it is. It could be pathogenic. I see it in these conditions, and this is why I was looking for this. So now I'm gonna go into this sample a little deeper and see how many more I find. One, I'm not gonna call it. If I start seeing more and more of them, which I probably will, it doesn't surprise me, and there's not much to outcompete it here. So it'll start acting as a pathogen. Look at this guy. Cool. This is a ciliate just in its own little world. Working it out. His own little guy out there trying to get it done. But the fusarium is what I was thinking I might find here. Look at this. What is that? Oh, I know what that is. I forget the name of it, but that's just some organic matter. No fungal hyphae, which is expected. So, ooh, we've got some action up here. This actually is a really interesting patch. There's a whole lot going on here, starting with that microplastic. See that green glowing there? I believe that's microplastic. But in between that, I can't figure out. I'm looking at this right here. That looks like that's septa, but then there's 1, 2 next to each other. It's pretty uniformed. There's a beautiful rotifer. So definitely fungal right here, which is really interesting, man. Look at that. That is obvious septa. This gives a lot of hope here. See that? So you've got fungal growth happening. The potential's there. This just needs This needs a strong push. A strong push. And this is, I don't doubt that this is, I got about 2 inches down on the sample. But and this is at 100. Here, let me go to 400. Look at how wonderful that is. All that brown, this is all fungal hyphae. Clear indications. Your septa is obvious. The growth is wild here. I hit like a honey patch here. Look at how thick that is. That is fantastic. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. I'm telling you, this sample with a little push is going to go. It's a lot going on here. I got to take a picture of that. That looks great. Okay, before I wrap it up, I'm just still admiring this wonderful system of hyphae. Checked out. So we've had a rotifer here. There's a flagellate there. Actinobacteria, which is the clear filamentous strands. Or actually maybe hyphae. I'm not seeing the septa that I want to see, and that's all I'll call that. Actino maybe. Never for sure, right? But wow. So this little patch is actually alive. So it's like almost like an indicator. We've seen the most. Look at all the life in this little area here. This rotifer, he's got food here. It's got things that it can eat here. This is why they're hanging out here. So again, if you look here and then you go here, nothing. If you go to the right of this, nothing. But right where all the activity is where all the life is. There it is again. That's what I'm looking for right here. Fusarium. Again. Just saying. Easily outcompeted by biology has been my observation as I've eradicated it several times already with biocomplete compost extracts and worm castings. Look at this thing. It's a naked amoeba. And that's there because we've been getting a lot of rain. So there's even a very good moisture here. It's just struggling. We need to get the nutrient cycle moving here. We need to get the soil food web popping here. Anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. Microsoil, and I'm out.